thyroid. If you're dealing with an autoimmune disease, for example, or you're dealing with adrenal health issues, which can mess up the thyroid, or blood sugar issues, or for that matter, digestive issues, iodine's not going to help you. And any healthcare professional who tells you just take iodine for your thyroid, in my opinion, should go back to Biochemistry 101, because it's much more than just iodine. What's more, if your thyroid gland is messed up, you can take all the iodine you want. It's not going to help. Iodine's for supporting the production of the hormone, thyroxine, thyroid hormone, but if the gland itself is being attacked from the immune system, and most thyroid problems have that component involved, or if the gland is just pooped out because of adrenal health problems or blood sugar problems or digestive problems, iodine's not going to help. And that's why people can take all the iodine they want, and it doesn't make their thyroid magically improve. In fact, sometimes they take too much iodine. Although you have to take a lot of iodine to take too much. The point is, it's not just an iodine problem if you're hypothyroid. And it's not just a synthroid problem. Not just giving yourself the hormone isn't going to make your gland more healthier. You got to make the structure healthy, the gland healthy, and that's done through digestive support, all the things we just talked about, as well as blood sugar support. And then if you want to do a couple of other things, well, that'll probably get you right there. If you want to do one more thing, take care of your adrenal glands, and that means slow, deep breathing and relaxing the body, slowing the body down. Got to take a couple more calls, Craig. That's a lot of good information for you. God bless you and your brother. I hope we helped you. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate it. Steve, got about a minute. What's up, my friend?
Hello there. Thank you. I just had a couple questions. We were trying to get a hold of the tocotrienol E, and we're having an issue. I don't know if there's a place you could recommend where we
go to, well, let me look it up right here, and we'll get you some tocotrienols. I get it. You know, we're very fortunate here in Colorado. We got all these different health food stores. Yeah, you go tocotrienols. It's all over the website, all over the web. Here, just go to Amazon. Tocotrienols, vitamin E, huge selection at great low prices.
Okay.
Amazon.com.
And just another one on the magnesium. Is the liquid form better than the tablet?
Yeah. Liquids are always better. Always, always, always. That way you bypass any issues with the digestive system, which are pretty much ubiquitous. Everybody's got digestive health problems. So you bypass all that with the liquids. Liquids first, solid second. I'm going to get one more call in, okay, Steve?
Can I just do one last? On the supplements, post-dated supplements, if they're sealed, will they last a while?
They will last a while, but it's on a continuum, meaning that over the course of time, every day they'll break down more. But you probably won't notice it. You know, even if 6 months or a year later, you're not going to notice. Certainly, you're not going to hurt yourself. They just won't be as potent.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve. Take care, buddy. All right, Carl, Truth Raider. Got about 45 seconds here. What's up, man?
Happy Friday there, Ben.
Thank you, Truth Raider.
Going on an unscheduled camping trip for the summer, but I wanted to find out, what did you find on that box of cosmetics, skincare?
Oh, it was silly. I don't like talking about silly stuff, but suffice it to say that if you're buying a skincare product in a supermarket or a mall or a drugstore, you're probably dealing with silliness. I don't want to get into too many details, Truth Raider. Send me an email or give me a call, and we'll talk personally about that.
Okay.
All right, God bless you, man. All right, that's all the time we got for calls, but we're going to talk to Dr. James Ehrlich in our next segment about metabolic syndrome and how you can reduce blood pressure, lower blood pressure, and especially how you can lower your cholesterol and blood fats without drugs by using a very interesting fruit called bergamot. All right, we're back. On the bright side, Pharmacist Ben here. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time. If you miss a program, they're all up at brightsideben.com. 4+ years of good health information, unique health information archived at brightsideben.com. You can also check out my blogs, criticalhealthnews.com, which I'm doing with George Norrie, and pharmacistben.com. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. Okay. I know we rip on the medical model here on this program a lot, but there are a few good guys in the world of medicine, and my next guest is one of those good guys. I've known Dr. Ehrlich for pushing 15 years now, and the guy talks a lot of sense, makes a lot of sense, and he's not like one of the cutters, if you will, the guys who believe in just cutting and drugging and medically manipulating the body to keep it healthy. He's going to talk today about something called bergamot, a really neat fruit that can be used for metabolic syndrome. There's a lot of really cool literature, especially regarding cholesterol and blood fats, around the active ingredients in bergamot, which are called polyphenols. Dr. Ehrlich will tell us all about that. Greetings. Welcome to the Bright Side, Doc. How you doing? Dr. Ehrlich. Dr.
Yes,
Jim.
hi.
Hey, good to talk to you on the air, man.
Well, it's quite a pleasure.
Thank you, and thank you for coming on. So, bergamot is one of the most bizarre fruits. I guess it's a fruit, even though it's not an edible fruit. Tell us a little bit about bergamot, and tell us a little bit about why bergamot is not necessarily the same thing as bergamot oil. And then we're going to get into, we'll get into some of the stuff about metabolic syndrome. So let's talk a little bit about the fruit itself.
Yeah, so this is a fruit. It's a citrus. It is endemic to the southern Italian coastal area called Calabria, which is right across the Strait of Messina from Sicily. And it looks like an orange to some extent, or has the color of a lemon, much more bitter. And the peel of the fruit has been used for generations as the oil of bergamot or essence of bergamot in Earl Grey tea, and also in the perfume industry. So when you visit the plants in this Calabria area, they're wonderfully fragrant-smelling places where all major perfume houses have a presence. But it's the pulp, the inner core, the pulp, and the inner lining that's called the albedo that has really the very high polyphenol concentration, a very unique polyphenol in very high concentration that have been concentrated by a group of food scientists and cardiologists in that region.
Now, let me ask a couple things real quick. First of all, you said the albedo. Is that A-L-B-I-D-O?
It's actually A-L-B-E-D-O.
And that's the rind? Would that be the rind?
The rind, right, the inner lining. Yeah.
Okay, that's that white part. White part, right? That comes from the Latin for white. Okay, and that's where the active material is that's doing all the work, the heavy lifting in terms of
pulp, and the pulp itself.
And the pulp itself. And these are distinguished from the oil. I've been using the oil for many years in the skincare world, but that's not the same thing, right?
It's not the same. The oil does have a little bit of antiseptic effects and has other health effects, maybe a little anti-inflammatory. But it doesn't have the concentrations of the amino acids and polyphenols that are found much deeper in the pulp. And, it's really only been about 10 years that this group of scientists have really characterized all the polyphenols and built a laboratory around this fruit for its benefits in cholesterol and metabolism and the like. So this is a fairly new field.
I've been to get ready for this interview, I've been doing a lot of research on bergamot polyphenols, and there seems to be in the last 5 or 6 years just an explosion in literature that talks about the benefits of the bergamot pulp extract, I guess you'd call it. I hope that's correct, for all kinds of different things: metabolic syndrome, impotence, blood pressure issues, etc., blood fats, as you mentioned. What accounts for this explosion in the literature?
Well, this group of scientists received about a 30 million euro grant from the Italian government, who really wants to foster the industry. It's a fairly poor area in this Calabria region, and yet there's 1,000 growers of this fruit. So I think what they did is they built one of the most advanced laboratories in Europe, and in their interregional Center for Food, Health, and Safety, they've really taken this very seriously. So we're publishing about every month or two in major journals, primarily in the area of cholesterol lowering, blood sugar lowering, changes in abdominal fat, this metabolic syndrome, this pre-diabetic condition that affects about 70 million Americans, and the liver manifestation of the metabolic syndrome that's called fatty liver disease.
Oh, wow.
Which
that's 100 million people. 100 million Americans have just that.
Yeah, it's a lot. And a lot of kids have it, too. It's really a reflection of our current trend that you've been addressing of, high sugar diets and sedentary living. So all the things that you're promoting as healthy living on the radio show apparently has not reached some of these people that have fatty liver disease. And And so this is something that we're very excited about, and we'll probably try to make bergamot a drug for this condition. So that involves FDA pathways.
They're actually looking to make the polyphenols into a pharmaceutical?
Right. That's the plan.
Interesting.
For the indication of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, of which right now there are no drugs approved, but there are about 5 in the process of in some stage of FDA investigation.
So you're saying the polyphenols that you can get from the Bergamax product, they are so powerful that they're going to be a pharmaceutical for use for fatty liver disease?
Yes. After we published in this area of 107 patients with both metabolic syndrome and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, we were able to show in 4 months unparalleled improvement in both liver structure and function in these patients, never seen before with any drug or supplement. And I presented the findings at the annual meeting of the American College of Gastroenterology in October, and then put out a press release requesting liver specialists in the United States in this area to confirm and to extend our work. And it attracted the head of the Fatty Liver Network, it's called the NASH Network, and the individuals who are involved with FDA approval of anything in this area. And so those liver specialists came with us to Italy to meet with all the scientists and are very excited about designing the appropriate studies that will meet the approval of the FDA. So we're going to begin that process fairly soon.
What exactly are polyphenols?
Well, polyphenols, which are found...
Doc, you got to get... Doc, I'm sorry. I hate to do this. We got to take a break. Hang on to that question, okay? And then I want to talk about some of the specifics, how the bergamot is actually used for fatty liver disease and also for metabolic syndrome. We're talking to Dr. James Ehrlich about bergamot and Bergamax. If you're interested in purchasing the Bergamax, head over to my website, brightsidehealthproducts.com, brightsidehealthproducts.com, and you can order. It's only $45 for a month's supply. You can order it right off the web, brightsidehealthproducts.com. All right, we're back on the bright side talking to Dr. James Ehrlich about bergamot and about some of the benefits of bergamot. Before we get into talking about how you use this stuff specifically, Doc, what exactly are polyphenols?
Well, you probably know more about it than I do personally, but polyphenols have a certain chemical structure. They're substances that are found in grapes and olive oil and certain nuts and berries. And they have what's called a phenolic structure. But importantly, they've been shown to have a whole host of beneficial effects on metabolism, on inflammation, and now in cholesterol areas. So, we're seeing benefits of obviously certain types of teas that are very heavily concentrated in polyphenols and grapeseed and
green tea
and olive oil. So we see it in various things.
The stuff in green tea, the epigallocatechin polyphenol, is that a polyphenol?
Right. That would be a polyphenol. That's right.
Okay, so polyphenols in general, they're found in nature. Flavonoids, those are polyphenols, bioflavonoids, et cetera, what they call bioflavonoids.
Yes.
Okay, and they have multiple health benefits. So specifically, in addition to fruits and vegetables, and this is one of the reasons why you want to be eating produce, and especially vegetables, you can use the bergamot albedo, as you called it, albedo extract, as a supplement.
That's right. And so this group of scientists concentrated to a very high level those particular polyphenols that been shown to lower cholesterol, lower blood sugar, improve vessel health, which is very important. We measure.
Did you say mental? Did you say mental
function? What's that?
You said vessel health, blood vessel health.
Yeah, artery health, right?
So for people who have endothelial problems, aneurysms, that kind of thing.
Well, I'm talking about just your regular health of the vessels. The lining of your vessels control how risk factors cause plaque formation. The lining, called the endothelium, has the surface area of 6 tennis courts in the average male.
Wow.
175-pound male. So we're talking about this huge